The entire class burst through the door 5 minutes later. They'd all run after me. The foster kid fell to his knees. Isabella was shaking with rage. Even the class clown just stood there, tears streaming down his face. Miss Vexler had stolen my mother's last words. We all knew what had to happen next. Nobody moved for what felt like forever, just standing there in Mom's room while the machines kept beeping even though they weren't connected to her anymore. Isabella's hand found mine and squeezed so hard it hurt, but I didn't pull away because the pain felt better than the numbness spreading through my chest. Anthony dropped to his knees right next to Mom's bed and started sobbing these big, messy tears that made his whole body shake. The hospice nurse came in real quiet and checked Mom's pulse even though we all knew she was gone, then wrote something on her clipboard and said the official time was 3:47 p.m. She looked at me with these sad eyes and pulled out her tablet, scrolling through something before turning it toward me. The call log showed everything. Every single attempt they'd made to reach the school starting at 3:17 p.m., exactly 30 minutes before Mom died, just like they promised. The timestamp burned into my brain like someone branded it there because Miss Vexler had known exactly how much time I had left when she locked that door. My phone started buzzing like crazy in my pocket, and when I pulled it out, there were 12 messages from different people at the school, mostly about how the janitor found the broken window and already called Officer Webb, who was on his way to investigate. My chest got tight again, but this time it wasn't panic. It was something harder and colder that made my hands shake for a different reason. Isabella grabbed my phone and started taking screenshots of everything. The messages, the times, even the missed calls from the hospice that showed up after Miss Vexler took my phone. More kids from class started showing up at the hospice. First just a couple, then more and more until the hallway outside Mom's room was packed with people. Some were crying real quiet, others just stood there looking shocked, and I heard someone say Miss Vexler's name with so much anger it made me flinch. Anthony still hadn't moved from his spot by the bed and kept whispering thank you over and over to Mom like she could still hear him. My phone rang and Amy Gordon's name showed up on the screen, but I couldn't deal with talking to anyone official right now, so I let it go to voicemail. Her message was all careful and professional, saying she heard what happened and wanted to help, but I could hear something else in her voice, maybe guilt or worry about what this meant for the school. Everything felt like it was moving too fast and too slow at the same time, like I was underwater watching things happen above the surface. The principal called next, and his voice through the phone speaker was all measured and careful, asking me to come in tomorrow to give a statement about the incident. The way he said incident instead of what it really was made something hot and angry bubble up in my chest, and I wanted to throw my phone against the wall, but Isabella grabbed it before I could. She knew me too well, knew I'd regret breaking it later when I needed those messages as proof. We stayed at the hospice for another hour while people came and went, some leaving flowers they bought from the gift shop downstairs, others just standing there not knowing what to do. When we finally left and walked through the parking lot, Ashley pulled me aside near the back corner where no one could see us. Her face was all pale and scared when she told me her whole cheating confession was completely made up just to create a distraction so I could get out. She kept wringing her hands and asking if she was going to get expelled, but also saying she'd do it again if she had to. I didn't know what to say because part of me wanted to thank her, and part of me wanted to tell her she shouldn't have risked her whole future for me. Isabella had already started a group chat while we were still in the parking lot and sent a message asking everyone to write down exactly what they remembered while it was still fresh in their minds. Within an hour, my phone had 17 different messages from classmates, all saying the same basic thing about how Miss Vexler locked us in and were ignored the hospice calls. Maya's message was the hardest to read because she typed out exactly how she talked, with all the stuttering, and wrote about how Mom helped her every single day for free when no one else would. The foster home people came to pick up Anthony, but he didn't want to leave, and they had to practically